So, I've been thinking about all this generative AI stuff. It feels like we've been handed this incredible new tool, something that should make us smarter. But I have this nagging question: what if it's actually doing the opposite?
What if, indeed? What if the most powerful cognitive tool ever created is, at this very moment, systematically training your brain to power down? Neuroscientists are no longer speculating, they can see it. We are standing at a precipice, staring down two paths. One leads to a cognitive decline we've inflicted upon ourselves. The other, perhaps the next great leap in human evolution? The choice, it seems, depends entirely on us.
Okay, that's a heavy thought, but is it really that different from a search engine or a calculator? We've always used tools to help us think.
A calculator? You are comparing a starship to a stepladder. Generative AI doesn't just find things for you, it reasons, it converses, it creates. It has become a true external cognitive tool, and in doing so, it has forced upon us the most profound question of our time. Is this brilliant machine extending our minds? Or is it birthing a silent pandemic of what some now call AI-induced cognitive atrophy?
Cognitive atrophy? That sounds serious. Is that just a theory, or is there actual proof?
The proof is chilling. Scientists call it cognitive offloading. We've always done it, but now we're delegating the crown jewels of cognition, complex analysis, and the very spark of ideation. A recent study of nearly 700 people was utterly unambiguous. The more they used AI, the weaker their critical thinking became. It's the great automation paradox. The more you offload a skill to the machine, the more that skill withers within you.
So you lose the skill if you don't use it. That makes sense, but can you actually see this happening in the brain?
We can. A groundbreaking study at the MIT Media Lab literally watched people's brains as they wrote. The results were stunning. The brains of those using AI showed systematically weaker connectivity. Think of it as a symphony orchestra where half the instruments have been told to go home. The alpha waves, the very hum of creative brainstorming, went quiet. The theta waves, the rhythm section of your working memory, faded to a whisper. The creative burden, the cognitive load, it was all outsourced. The AI was doing the heavy lifting and the brain was silent.
Wow, so the brain just gets lazy?
Worse, the researchers uncovered something they call a cognitive debt. When they took the AI away from the habitual users and asked them to write on their own, their brains didn't just bounce back. The neural pathways, like muscles that hadn't been exercised, had become harder to recruit. They struggled.
That's genuinely terrifying. But it can't all be doom and gloom, can it? Surely there has to be an upside to such a powerful technology.
And there is. That is the magnificent, maddening other half of the story. When you change the goal, when it's not about getting a final answer but about supporting the thinking process, the results completely flip. The very same technology becomes a powerful cognitive partner. Studies show it acts as a creativity equalizer, giving the biggest boost to the least creative writers, making their stories richer and more engaging.
A creativity equalizer. I like the sound of that. What about in other fields?
In the life and death arena of medicine, this partnership is revolutionary. In 2024, radiology residents using an AI tool to diagnose brain MRIs were monumentally more accurate than those using a simple internet search. The expert's mind wasn't replaced, it was augmented, and the MIT study gives us the neural proof. When skilled thinkers were given the tool, their brains didn't power down. Oh no, they lit up, showing intense engagement as they applied their expertise to the AI, using it as a collaborator to elevate their own process.
So if I'm getting this right, it's a double-edged sword? It's not the AI itself, but how we choose to wield it?
Precisely. We are left with this profound duality. Use it as a shortcut, an end-to-end solution, and you get the cognitive crutch. We see the quiet brain, the mounting cognitive debt, but use it as a tool, a creative springboard, a diagnostic partner, and it can augment our minds beyond what we thought possible.
Which brings us to the most important question then. The people building this technology, the ones designing these systems, what is their responsibility in all of this?
There's the challenge that will define our future. The commercial incentive, the path of least resistance, is to create magical experiences that demand nothing from the user. But the neuroscience screams at us that it's the very friction, the effortful engagement that leads to growth. So I ask you, and I ask them, how do we design and regulate these systems to prioritize our long-term cognitive well-being over the fleeting allure of short-term convenience? Our very evolution may depend on the answer.
Let us know your thoughts and proposals in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, please like this video and subscribe for more research-driven insights into our symbiotic future with AI.